Hello, this is Gerald Theo van Waas. I should actually speed up the process. The quality and knowledge can be all derived to one focus that we recognize words immediately into one position and see what's going on. The more we can focus onto that one point and understand what's going on, the better. And of course, you have some contextual frame in which you understand where the words are expressing itself into, what its placement is, what its timing process is, what its context is. These three aspects that I just named should also be recognized all within one frame. And then, even if you do that very well, you can even see how the forms are interrelated. Every letter has a specific position in the numerical system and in this order of placement, timing, context. And within this frame, you can derive from the letters, the positions themselves, the letter combinations of these positions, what the word means. And I should actually speed up the process here a little bit and provide you also the how you can see that more quickly and understand it more quickly with a bit better examples that show that to you. And that's how we'll do here with warm and warmth. And what's the purpose of that? You can do that because everybody will understand warm and warmth, but the intentions of these positions and how they behave like that. It is like a position of behaviorism that also requests our behavior towards it. We understand what we are supposed to do, what we can do with it. The words and how the combinations of the letters are also tells us actually a little bit like what we can do with it. They do that a little bit unconsciously, but they are there. And I will provide it very clearly what will be there and how we follow these processes by these combinations of letters. And now I had the intention to express warm, but why not also include warmth and show you the differences. And my background is these three aspects. So the spatial focus, that you can keep focused. If you cannot keep focused but deal with before and after, so with timing, with changes, with other opinion, there are different letters that can be derived there. And also the contextual frame will sometimes decide that you have to skip it on the moment. And all these letters, they will fit in there. So I can, all these different letters, they will fit in each different category. The blue category for the immediate focus, and so on. And also the categories of changes that appear there. So the ATK are really the focus. The ULB, the next level, will be about the changes that you see there. And the CMX, or the third level, it will always be about how much there is already changing, so that there is an adaptation that there is already needed. It's going to something else, and of course the something else will be the next level or the next approach. The next approach will be our timing, and the last approach will be about finding the right context. This whole concept of these three regions is in every letter and in the combinations of letters. And I put the letters of the word warm here in the correct category. The in its center point, where our vision starts from. The W is about timing, so we have that also in two positions. Of course, we start in the first position. It is in our starting point. It's in our first letter, so it starts in that first thing, but it is actually going on the whole time. It's also in the second category, so it is going on the whole time. It's in the background, and so on. You can also associate geometrical association there, but I will not do that now. It's clear enough what they will mean very quickly. But here I have them already. So I have this balance, I sense this balance. There is a W in the background. I have a focus in the middle. R is that context which makes connections, and M is that extensions. So there are extensions from the physical focus onwards. That's what already see. That's what we see immediately. And even if we put that into a focus of forms, so you had already these waves of the W, the waves which were actually going outwardly and going away, is literally, it's actually a timing in which the process are getting longer and longer and longer, and they extend in that way, so they extend outwardly. That's actually the basics behind that. But you can easily associate them with these W. I didn't. Maybe I'm not sure if I designed it quite nicely here, but there is with the A. There's this physical sense, and the warmth is about these waves in the background. There's an association on focus upon that. With the R, there's a connection made there. This connection is made there with an extension in M. So it is about these extensions that you sense there, that you can read immediately read from it, and these extensions and will go outwardly. The extent in time. So that's that warm sense that you have there already. But also, okay, this was already easy to understand. Let's go to warmth as well. So you have two extra letters. The letters seems as if they go a bit out of the focus of now and describe it into the contextual, outwardly, the frame of focus of which says like, okay, I'm talking about what the general values are. That's why you put them aside. That's what you can associate from then. That's the position in balance that you have there. The focus is already getting out of slightly out of focus. But I will try to keep the focus there in a way. That's what we try to do in a word. We try to keep focus. So let's try to keep that focus a little bit more closely together, because now, okay, you have this timing, and you say after that timing with the waves, you come to a position with T and H, which I didn't explain yet at this point. But let's focus all of them together, and it's a little bit less well to read, but in a way you can still understand it well. You have these waves in the background, you have this focus of A, you have this connection with R, you have these extensions at the side, and it concludes with that T position with the H as a surrounding background. So it can be imagined or visualized into one position. So I think we can start from here. And even again, if we simply add the forms there, so we have the W as this extending wave in the background, you have that A, or the centralizing focus, that's the circle there with the point in the middle, that's a centralizing focus. So I have an extended wave, a centralizing focus from towards those waves. When I combine them, that's one of the things I do. If that also means that in our mind, it's not just a focus upon a wave, it also centralizes that wave. So you can also centralize the wave around it. It makes it even easier to make the combination even stronger. So you had waves that still wave to the sides, they still grow outwardly, but I have them focused and I see what they do outwardly as waves. The R looks at the connection that it makes there. I can have more of them. The M is that extending mass, because M is within that physical frame of physical things, of objective things, in the extension of it. So there are we're looking at then? We're looking at a centralized waves that are extending as a mass, actually, It's in an expression of a letter which is always expressed in 3 parts preferably, or 3 focus points preferably. So when you do that, you can even see that better. I'm already designing it better, and you can comprehend it better as well. It's warm at this point. But we go, of course, to the next points as well, to the T. This is the position of T. It's the correct position. This is the correct size. So with T, the T is about what kind of perspective do we give this our focus. The perspective goes a little bit vertical. It's like going to the perspective on in our world. We see like what kind of perspective do we have, so that we know how we're going to use it, what our focus is, what we're going to do with it. That's that kind of idea that you have with that placement of T. This is about what the letters mean. So what does this experience give us? That's the T, and it ends with H, which is the contextual, a contextual letter. It's in the contextual frame. It is a letter from that level, from the you had them before as in the 3 categories. The letter H was from the last category. It was about context. I had to write them down in the background, and they're working in the background. And the H is about the context. What kind of context? The context of vividness, where it works, how it works, It's also with the H, and that's what we sense. So warm, it is that physical sense. You keep the M in that physical sense. Warmth is that focus. So you're talking now about, but what does it give? So then you're already at a different level, looking at that warm thing itself. Warm is much more physical sensation, and that's how you also sense that word. While warmth, you go immediately to the environment, you go immediately to the context, you go immediately to the bigger frame as you see it here, and that's how you understand warmth. That's how the focus is driving the balance of the word into a certain field of associations. Unconsciously we follow that field of associations, and that's how it also fits what is intended in it. In warmth, you're not going to focus too much on how do you personally feel this aspect in your body. No, it is about the warmth in general. Like warm is sensed with the M as the last letter. And I hope this was a good expression to focus upon the letter combinations. It's focus in form, it's focus in positions, in focus on balance, a little bit better as how you could have done before. Okay, thanks again. Bye.